Hey everyone, Paige Kornblue here, and today we're talking politics. Obviously, a huge day in America and around the world based on what happened yesterday. And I'm bringing in my friend, political analyst Scott Spradling from the Scott Spradling Group. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Paige. How are you?
I'm good. My goodness, what a whoa, right? Whoa. So many emotions today. So I wanted to just chat with you so that folks can just get a couple minutes of goodness and some good analysis as we move forward. How do we process yesterday?
It's hard. The images that we were seeing on our TV screens playing out live in front of all of us was equal parts heartbreaking and infuriating. We've never seen like an attack on the Capitol in our modern history. So it was shocking. I think in many ways it was unexpected. We knew that there was intensity of emotion around those that didn't like the presidential outcome. We knew a lot of Trump supporters were angry. I don't think any of us expected that type of activity. So it's kind of hard to process. And as the dust settles, it's heartbreaking that there was loss of life, but there are going to be some interesting conversations after this. I also think that the vast majority of Americans have the same response to what we saw yesterday, which is disgust and anger and frustration and embarrassment for our country. I think we have that in common. I think what we saw was an extremist activity and not something that reflects where we're all at.
If we break down yesterday, some big things happened besides in the Capitol. We had big news out of Georgia in the last 24 hours. And of course, the Electoral Count has been confirmed. Correct?
That's right.
Break down some of the Georgia results for us.
Sure. The Georgia results are striking in two different ways. Number one, we have an historically red Republican Southern state that is now very purple. It's a mix of Dems and Republicans, very close elections, and a state that will now be a battleground state going forward. That's very interesting to me, mainly because the African American vote led by Stacey Abrams has changed the landscape of that state. So what it means practically is that President Joe Biden now has a democratically led Senate and House. He can move his agenda forward without too much delay and too much distraction. That pragmatically is a very interesting development for our national landscape. But secondly, in moving forward, there could be other states that could see this type of activity like what we've seen in Georgia. And so it raises the conversation about the future of Republicans and Democrats battling for national seats. It's a really interesting sort of political science experiment. You mentioned the Electoral College. Those votes not only happened without really any fanfare because we were sort of expecting a battle on the floor. The events outside of the Capitol building yesterday changed what happened on the Senate floor and on the House floor. Were there votes from Republicans saying we think that these results are fraudulent and we don't agree with them? Yes, those votes happened. Did they happen with the same level of circus fanfare? No. The riots outside the door changed the tenor of the debate. And what we ended up getting was a very strong bipartisan series of voices, including from Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell in the Senate, to hard Republican voices saying enough is enough. I actually think that is a good final punctuation point. And now we can move forward with a transition of power.
All right. Spradling, thanks so much for breaking it down beautifully for me and for all of us.
You got it, Paige.